Greetings, I'm Caffeine Rage, and welcome back to the Sunday Sampler. This week we're going to be taking a look at In Celebration of Violence. This is a self-published game by Julian Edison, and I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. And as far as I can tell, this is a one-man development team. Mostly because there's absolutely no credits in this game, and there's absolutely no website for this game. There's no web presence for them whatsoever, so I could only assume this is a one-man team, especially considering some of the odd design choices in this game, but we'll get to that in a moment. And I do want to say, before I start diving into this game and ripping it apart, this is an early access title, and this video pertains mostly to the version 0.5.17, as you could may be able to see in the corner. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that after downscale this, but this is a game that I really want to like. There's stuff here that I would enjoy otherwise, but the combat just completely kills it for me. And let's go ahead and dive into this game. New game, and a slow fucking fade into the player select screen. Oh, that's like the warning sign that something bad is about to happen here. Okay, right now I have unlocked 4 character classes. I have no idea how many classes there are total. I couldn't find it on the store page, and the Steam store page is a little broken right now for this game, so it may be there and I just can't find it, or who knows. But anyway, 4 classes, which I have no information here about, which is frustrating. I have a coward, which I have done some testing with all 4 of these. The coward has very low health, and he actually has a companion that fights for him. A merchant, which only has 1 weapon, and I'm not sure what his special ability is. A hermit who has a crossbow, but unfortunately there's no way to tell ammo. And a peasant. Yeah, for the console release, right? And you may notice this has a persistent leveling system, which is something I actually like on this. That even if you fail, you could improve yourself and try to do better next time. My problem with it is that it has a use it or lose it system similar to that in Rogue Legacy, in that any experience you don't spend here is given to you as currency for your next run. So if you end up not having enough to purchase strength, for example, or any of these, which thankfully there's tooltips here. This is about the only screen that I found tooltips on. Then it's just given to you as currency, and you're kind of boned because you can't get it back once it goes to the main screen or to the main game. So let's go ahead and just pick a peasant, and you have a lot of gender options and a lot of hair options. I don't mind a lot of gender options, but the thing is that these don't do a fucking thing as far as I can tell. Then again, this is early access. I want to stress this. This is an early access title. There is time to fix these problems I have with the game. Supposedly the game is going to be in early access for a couple months, so there is time to fix these problems. I have no idea if there's going to be new graphics for male or female, or trans, or asexual, or whatever. I'm not even sure what asexual would have to do with this, with graphics. But, oh, what the hell? Maybe there's some sort of relationship system in the game. I don't know. Anyway, let's live again. I've spent 5 minutes before even getting to the gameplay. For good reason. Oh, and I should go over. These are very tiny power-ups. I have 1 level in dexterity to try to increase my weapon speed, which you'll see why in just a moment. And I got 1%. 1 fucking percent. Now, I don't mind if there's a cap on these, like 50 or 75% or something. But 1% per? Oh, that is such a grind. But anyway, let's go ahead. Grit our teeth and dive into this. Okay. I'm not sure if the video split on me there because it did something weird on the transition. But welcome to In Celebration of Violence, and there's going to be no celebration of violence in this game, which honestly sounds like a clickbait title from Gawker, doesn't it? But you move so fucking slow. And the big killer for this zombie is the weapon swing speed. Now remember, I have level 2 weapon swing speed, which means I have 1% faster swing speed. At least I think I do, but yeah. That's the swing speed of my weapon. Fucking abysmal. But the killer for it is, well, and I'm demonstrating just how long it takes to go. And of course, if you hit the wall, you get stunned. And because you're swinging a big fucking sword, it's very easy to hit the fucking wall. The big killer of this is this game has an absolute ton of knockback. So during my playtesting of this to get a feel for the game, there was several times that I would actually get rammed by an enemy, get knocked out of weapon reach while I was doing my long ass wind up for the next attack, and I would completely whip a weapon attack. This game is the antithesis of fun on many design fronts, particularly the weapon swing speed. Anyway, in order to save the game, you have to shatter these mirrors, but they also are fast travel. The entire world, one thing I do like about this game is that the entire world has an interconnected system where you're able to just walk around. And it is a roguelite. I don't think I mentioned that before. So that's why they have these very, very, very painful looking tall walls to try to simulate a vision system. And screenshots, it doesn't look bad, but in motion, oh, it just looks terrible. The game itself, the actual graphics, if you excuse the very tall black walls to try to simulate the vision system, doesn't look particularly bad. I mean, it is pixel arty, and it's not bad. The music's a little grating, but let's go ahead and use the teleport mirror and see where we go. Okay, and this game is doing something weird with my video capture on transition, so I do apologize that there's a bad jump cut there. But, okay, here we go. We're in the world somewhere, which we could go here. And oh, I didn't mention all of this over here. Here's the manual, which is a hell of an info dump, actually. But doesn't really tell you all that much. It gives you your buttons, which, honestly, I'd rather have button prompts than just have... here's half a keyboard and all the buttons laid out. And yes, there is a sprint, but these bars are a little deceptive. Alright, the bright portion of the bar is what you actually have. The dark portion represents negative. So if my health goes past that point, which hopefully you can see it on the cursor, past the red point, I start bleeding out and die. I can use what's called a surge, which is a temporary heal, but the thing is I only have 4 of them, as you can see here. 4 of 4. So, you know, it's one of those things that it feels like it's purposely wasting my time. Just like the transition from the opening screen to the character's creation screen. There's a lot of things in this game that just feels like it's wasting your time. The slow weapon speed, the slow movement. I mean, particularly slow movement, whenever you get to some enemies that are probably about twice as fast as you. And it also incorporates a hunger system. Meaning that the hungrier you are, once you get past, once again, the dark portion and then the very dark portion, your stamina starts taking a hit. Which your stamina is already very limited. So it just feels like it's punishing you. And the thing is that if you eat raw meat, which can drop off enemies, it'll poison you, so you start losing health. I mean, what the hell? Oh. And the thing is, I really want to like this game because there are things... Oh, And the water makes you run even slower. Oh, good God. And yeah, that's as much as I can sprint. Oh. Wow. Okay, dead enemy, and I get a autumn amulet, which I spend hours trying to catch these leaves as they fall. They are usually too quick for me. No idea what that means. And as far as I can tell, there's no equipment screen. Well, you can buy weapons, but I don't know what this is doing. It looks like it's some sort of aura, maybe? I don't know. This is actually the best I've done in combat. Usually it's 4-on-1 or more odds. Oh, there's a couple good hits. They want to be slow and methodical, but the thing... Oh, he's bleeding to death. So he's trying to go get his buddies, so I get some experience. That's actually the best I've done in combat yet. But the thing is, I'm slowly losing my hunger bar. Oh. These fucking things. There's a good example of knockback. Knockback and stun. And the thing is, I can't wind up and get an attack ready. If I could do that, where I could just prep an attack, it wouldn't be nearly as bad. So let's grab here. Okay, a mace. Oh God, that seems even slower. And I'm backed into a corner. Yeah, the knockback has pinned me in the fucking corner. Thankfully, I could burn a surge to get out of that, but the thing is that I'm burning my healing abilities. That's the thing. Yeah, that is even slower. How could that be slower? I've never seen a game that has weapon swing speed measured in days. There's a good example. I got knocked back. He got knocked back because of touching me for some reason. And, well... my swing completely whiffed. That's not a frame drop there, by the way. That is slow motion because the game is wasting my fucking time again. Don't know why they need to have random slow motion. And I'm getting backed into a corner again. And just chain stun. If this game had a small invulnerability window where I wouldn't get just constantly chain stunned. I realize it's designed to be difficult because that's one of the main things I could actually read on the Steam page. Is that the game is designed to be difficult. But the thing is that there's a difference between difficult and fair and what this game is trying to do, where just being a dick. It's very, very frustrating because I want to like this game. I really do. Okay, well, there is 4-on-1 there, so I have to avoid that. A shop. Let's see if I can actually... Yeah, I have to open this up to remember what is what. I picked up some wood, so... that would be the brownish thing, which... I could convert wood into experience. And there's 17 of them left. That may be something I want to do, I don't know. Whoa! There's some I want to be the god dickery. How the hell are you supposed to hit that? I want to know. See, here's the thing, is that if you're going to do slow, methodical combat, yeah, that's the only way to kill them, is to get them to actually do that charge attack into a wall. You know, some El Toro bullshit. But the thing is that... Oh, of course I get stunned. You're trying to do this slow, methodical combat, then you have enemies that are going many, many times faster than you. It just comes off to be a dick move. Oh, look, there's more of these fucking things. Because of course there are. Yeah, okay, so that one's gonna die. Oh, and that one actually stood still long enough. That's the first time I've actually seen... Oh, great. There's 5 on 1. Now, mind you, 3 of these guys are ranged, so if I could use the environment in my favor, I could try to keep some cover, but... Ugh, this is not... Okay, 1 bled to death. The melee guys bled to death, so I'm dealing with the ranged, but trying to actually get close to these guys to do some sort of attack to them is fucking annoying. Like right there, such a long wind-up speed that I was actually physically in contact with them, and the weapon swing speed is so low that he was able to walk out of the way. That wasn't a dodge, that was walking out of the fucking way. Like, right there. I could... The only way to kill these guys is to abuse the stupid AI long enough to pin them against the wall. And honestly, that is not interesting combat. That is abusing a rather stupid AI. Now, granted, there may be some advanced tactics that I don't understand. And like, right here, the tree's blocking your view. Oh, that is annoying as hell as well. Ugh. I think this game saw Dark Souls and wanted to be it and be a roguelike version of it, but doesn't understand what Dark Souls really is. Because that's the only way I could explain the very, very slow, methodical combat, is that it wants to be another game and doesn't understand what it takes to be that game. I'm not sure if it's Dark Souls or another game that's has very slow, methodical combat like this that is utterly punishing. It's just the first one that really jumps to mind, and it's devastating because there are good elements here. I like the interconnected world where your only real loading screen is if you're jumping around a long way. At least as far as I can tell, it's your only loading screen, because I have failed to get very far in my play with this. Oh, now this is the point where I'm start bleeding out, so I have to try to clear these. And my bleed out is so deep. I can understand if it, instead of being, what is that, a quarter of my health bar, it was an 1/8 or less. So there's a chance that you could get a bleed out. It's not almost guaranteed unless you're dealing with an utterly huge amount of enemies. To me, having a bleed out system isn't a bad idea, but it shouldn't take that long. I mean, you saw how long the bleed out was going, and I barely was into it. So, oh, looks like I started the fire. Okay. Oh. And there's nothing here. Let's take a look at the map. Like I said, it's a real shame because there are things that I like about this game, but it's just, oh, for fuck's sake. If I were to deal with bullshit like that, I would be playing I Want to Be the Guy, honestly. I'd love to have some sort of tooltip. Granted, I realized... Oh, I have no idea what I just activated. Is it just me? The music is kind of grating, to be perfectly honest, but I'd love to have some sort of tooltip to say what these are. I don't need the full information, honestly. But, yeah, I was saying... shield of something. I'm assuming that's a shield. It may be a wall. Hell if I know. Let's see what this does. Ah, boss. This is actually the first time I've encountered the boss, so... We'll see how we do. I'm not expecting to win here, particularly just because I have one heal left. But this is actually the best I've done in this game. And there are blocks. Oh. Need to immediately burn my last heal. Of course, you have a ranged weapon because you're a dick like that. Apologize for the little bit of silence and the odd editing there, assuming that there's going to be some editing there. Had a train go by, so we actually killed the boss, which is a little amazing. Okay, so dumped all my experience into my pool for leveling up. So I got that going for me. Unfortunately, I have just a sliver of health. I do have a little bit of armor, but it's not going to save me. And we're on to the next area. This is actually the best I've done in this game. Doesn't mean I like this game. Far from it, actually. It's just, there are so many weird design choices that I... particularly the weapon swing speed and really no tooltips or information. Oh, bees. Once again, weapon swing speed so slow. That's my main complaint. If they could speed up the weapon swing speed, and I'm about to start bleeding out here because there is no way from behind a fucking tree. Well, I refilled my surges, so I still have that going for me. And also, here's the thing, is that there's also a greed system. I haven't gotten into that. I'm not sure if that's officially what they call it, that it's on the forums, and they're still talking a lot about this and trying to balance it, so... hold the fuck still, will you? Is that... Oh. Of course. So I had to burn another surge there, even though I was starting to bleed out, but the thing is that these guys will drop meat sometimes, and that will poison you. And you have to burn a surge to heal it. And the thing is that, yeah, your surges are kind of rare. So yeah, it's just one of those things that the game is like Dick Move Simulator. It wants to. Oh, right there's the boss already. At least see what the boss looks like. Not sure what that just did. Really? Oh. And now we have a very, very slow bleed. Well, probably not slow, actually. Yeah, there's a game over. So I retained 10 experience, so whoopee. Yeah, plus what I dumped off from the boss, so. Yeah. So I could actually, for the fun of it, 10 levels of weapon speed. Now I could only, I'm not sure if this is swing speed or not. Looked and, yeah. And we'll dump some there. And the thing is that as I level up, these are going to get more and more expensive. So it becomes very Rogue Legacy-like, where I'm going to be wasting 14. I'm going to get it to be my currency to start off with. So let's jump in. And if I want to, I could go around the castle, and I'm assuming this is a castle. I mean, it's a little hard to really tell what they're trying to do here because of the huge black towers, or walls, I should say. But it does give a starter to. See, I have the option to buy that, which is 190 experience, or that, which is 75. I have 14, so yeah. And I think that there's 10% strength. I could get this for health. Yeah, this is something I didn't really explore at the beginning of the video because I wanted to show the base version of the game, or as close to base version as I could get. And there's different shrines around for the different stats, so yeah, that's... I think we've seen enough of this, don't you? I like some of the ideas of this game. The interconnected world, the fact that it feels like more of an adventure than a lot of roguelite games, I should say. But the utterly glacial speed that you move, especially considering some of the enemies are moving so damn fast, that it feels like trying to dodge something out of I Want to Be the Guy almost. And the fact that your swing speed is actually, okay, that's 10% boosted, and is still unacceptably slow. I mean, it's getting better, but oh, that is ridiculously slow. I would say you have to get to at least level 15 or 20 dexterity before that swing speed is worth half a damn. And it just makes the opening levels feel like, I should say, the in-game between run leveling progression feel like such a grind. Which I know. These systems are a grind. They're meant to keep you playing and not to make you ass frustrated when you lose, because these games are typically very tough. But giving 1% per level without, well, I'm not sure if there's without a cap, but there's really no documentation for this game whatsoever for obvious reasons. Not exactly very good. There's 2 reviews for it, both positive, but honestly, they play like, read more like fanboys, so maybe it's just, maybe I'm being a wet blanket. I don't know. It's very possible. And I do feel sorry for the developer, because I did get a review copy of this and I've just been utterly shitting over this game. But the thing is that there is elements here that are worth half a damn. It's just the combat and the speed feels so off. So, let's wrap things up, shall we? As always, feedback is appreciated. Am I being overly wet blanket? Am I thinking that the game should be, I don't know, something called playable, without having to spend hours upon hours getting halfway decent runs, or barely halfway decent runs, just to even get to the point where combat can be enjoyable? I don't know. Actually, let's... Okay, 10% aggression. I don't know exactly what that did. What does aggression do? Okay, weapon damage. So, yeah, there's my stats. Oh, I'm just disappointed. And I think that's the biggest crime for a game, is just being a disappointment, because looking at the screenshots, there are seeds here that are worth damn. And I'm just repeating myself now. So as always, thank you for watching. And if you wish to leave feedback, do so in the comments below. Or if you don't really have anything to say and just want to know if you like or even dislike this video, hit the like or dislike button, because those do help me know if something is going wrong with the videos. And as always, subscribe if you wish to see more of the Sunday Sampler, which who knows what I'll be playing, as always. Or my 3 Let's Play series, which there is RimWorld, which has gotten a fair amount of attention from my channel size, so I'm actually been a little surprised about that. Victor Vron, which is sort of running into the middle phases in that series. It's been an interesting ARPG. And of course the Terraria co-op, which has been always just silly fun. A lot of fishing going on, and mining, and all sorts of goofiness. And of course the podcast, which is out on Fridays, which this past week was more No Man's Sky talk for an hour and a half. Oh, wow, that was a lot of No Man's Sky. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll be back next week with who knows what. I don't know. Hopefully it's something not as disappointing, because this was a really, really disappointing game. Yeah, I think I'm going to go play something more fun. I'll see you next time.